All right, folks, what is good? Back with another video for the VF Cast channel. I am VF Baller, and today we're going to talk about some great news if you're a fighting fan. I am a fighting fan. You know, a lot of people know me for playing like sports titles, but really, right alongside of sports titles, or mainly just football, fighting games was my thing. I remember all the way back in the early 90s when Street Fighter came out, Mortal Kombat, all the other good stuff. I've been a very big fan of fighting games, preferably the Street Fighter stuff. Capcom, I've always been a big fan of their stuff. Big fan. And big news that happened late last night. I was up playing Street Fighter 5, just chilling out, and I saw that on a live stream that there was some type of announcement. It was like some type of countdown I didn't even know about. So I followed the countdown by Capcom, and I realized like, okay, once this countdown became, it was like uh pretty much a reveal. And the reveal was two things. One was the 35th anniversary collection, or they have a collection of games that's celebrating the 35 years of Capcom fighting games. And I'm gonna tell you that these games you'll see right here on the screen uh are some really good ones. You may not know anything about them. Mainly you may like know just about the Street Fighter game, but the Darkstalker series is on display with this collection. Now, this collection will hit stores on June 24th for the PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC. It is pretty much, called the Capcom Fighters Collection. It has 10 games. The 10 games are from the Darkstalker series. The first Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter 2, Vampire Savior, and Vampire Savior 2. Those are the first 5. Now, the other ones you may not have heard about, especially 2 of them, Red Earth, Cyberbots. Red Earth has never had a release on console. Cyberbots is a game that's been on the Saturn, and I haven't purchased that game, and I've always wanted to, but I never did. But it's a fighting game with robots on the Saturn, and it's basically like it has the Street Fighter format or whatever the case may be. Now they have a couple of one kid fighting game, which is a super gym fighter, which is basically Pocket Fighter, and they have Super Puzzle Fighter, which is a puzzle game, which is highly popular. A lot of people like that game. I never really got into it. It's probably the only game I won't play on this. And it has Hyper Street Fighter 2. Now, I'm going to give you a rundown on these games and give you my thoughts and opinions, and then we're going to talk about the big reveal that you see at the top, Street Fighter 6, and my thoughts about that. Now, first and foremost, I've been with Capcom for the longest. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been playing it since the, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis days, and moving forward to the PlayStation, Saturn, PS2, Xbox. And I remember when this game came out. Now, you see Hyper Street Fighter 2. That has had a release on a couple of consoles, and they're just bringing it over to the PlayStation 4. Now, it is on this right here. Let me see if I can get it in focus. The Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. I don't want the glare to hit it. There it is right there. Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. You can see it right here. It says the Hyper Fighting game. This game is basically like all the Street Fighters roll into one, from Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, Turbo, Super, and Super Turbo. And you can use all those characters into one. I was so happy when this came out. And this was the 15th anniversary. So happy when this came out. Now, there was another collection that was only released in Japan for the most part. This is Japan release. This has the sole version of Hyper Fighting itself, and has the Darkstalkers collection. Now, this Darkstalkers collection, I'm going to open this up right here. This Darkstalkers collection has all 5 games that I'm talking about that you see on the screen here. Darkstalkers, Night Warriors, Vampire Hunter 2, Vampire Savior, and Vampire Savior 2. All of them are already on this disc right here, but you can only get this in Japan. So this is the first time that this is being, released overseas, I think. Now, even before then, I know you can get Darkstalkers and Darkstalkers 3 on the PlayStation, but this was a really big deal in Japan, to the point where they had the Saturn versions of, which one is this? This is Vampire Hunter, the first one. They don't have Vampire Hunter 2 on console, I don't think. And this one is Vampire Savior, which also I don't think they have Vampire Savior 2 on consoles. Now you can get Darkstalkers, I know you can get that, and I think Night Warriors. I think those are the ones that you can get on, I think on PlayStation or whatever the case may be. I never really followed it. And that's my fault because I do like Darkstalkers, but I haven't supported it. Now, before I get into Red Earth and Cyberbots and the puzzle fighter stuff real quick, because I'm going to talk about those briefly, I'm going to let you guys know what they're doing here. This Darkstalkers series is probably like the last attempt. And if you're a fighting game fan and you like Darkstalkers, you're here because of it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is like the last chance that you're going to get a new Darkstalkers. I highly recommend you support this. These are really good games. They play really well. They're a little bit different because they use different characters that are kind of, I don't want to say gothic, but it has kind of like that vibe, like a Halloween style vibe, and they're very unique characters. But if you really want to see Capcom make another Darkstalkers, you kind of thought about it in the back of your mind, haven't played it in a long time, this is the way to do it. Now, they're giving us another chance basically because they did Darkstalkers Resurrection, which was an online only game, which, those games don't really pick up that much traction like that. But well, at the time it didn't, because online wasn't really that big of a thing like it is now. They gave us a chance and it wasn't supported as much as we thought it to be. Well, as I thought it should. Now they're giving us another chance. And I think there's a really good chance for it to help fund a new Darkstalkers game. You get 5 titles. Also, you get Hyper Fighting, which is a collection of Hyper Street Fighter 2, which is a collection like Super Street Fighter 2, but using a bunch of characters. So I highly recommend, if you want to see another Darkstalker, support this. I'm looking at the time when they did have the 30th anniversary collection, which I have right here. The 30th anniversary collection did very well. This was a really good compilation where you basically got 12 titles, 12 Street Fighter games for like, I think this was like $39.99 or something. Like, this is a great deal. And I expected it to be the same, type of deal where it's going to be around that same price for these 10 games. And all of them are online. This one only had online for a few of them. I think it only had online for Super Turbos, Alpha 3, and Third Strike, which I don't recommend playing Third Strike. It's not bad, but if you want to play Third Strike online, you need to get a PS3 online edition. I mean, that was a phenomenal version of the game. Now, Red Earth and Cyberbots. Red Earth is a game that's been only on the arcades. Never been released on console, so this is a really good chance to get this. Kind of similar to the Gigawing series that they did with the Capcom back then, a while back, where I'm a big fan of Gigawing, but you couldn't get it outside of having it on Dreamcast. Now you can get it on PlayStation 4 or whatever the case may be. Cyberbots, last time that was on console was Saturn. I never really played the game like that, so I'm really going to get into that. Gym Fighter, I have this game already in 2 instances. I have it on the PlayStation Network and I have it on the Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. So I already have that game. So it'll be cool to play it. Probably play a few people online or whatever the case may be. Now, Puzzle Fighter, I'm going to tell you guys something. This game might get a lot of burn online. A lot of people that are Capcom fans love Puzzle Fighter. They're going to bring casual people in. They're going to like puzzle because people love puzzle games, and get to play puzzle games online is a phenomenal choice by Capcom. Really, really good pickup right there. A really good choice to put that on there. Now, I know the whole situation with Street Fighter 6, I haven't talked about much of that because, to be honest, there's not much to talk about. It really isn't. We saw the quick teaser trailer where it looked like it was Ryu and Luke from Street Fighter V. I think he was one of the last characters that was put on Street Fighter V. You saw him was going to face off on Ryu in that little short trailer. There's not much to say. It's great that it's being revealed because, Street Fighter V had a really rough launch and it was slowly trying to get back to where the glory days of Street Fighter 4 was, but it just never really, in my opinion, never really got to that point. Very good fighting game. Very good fighting game. But it's cool that it was announced. I'm really interested to see what they're going to say about it. They said it's going to be more information throughout the it's going to be more information when it comes through the summer. Sorry about that. I had a brain freeze. But yeah, that's basically going to be it. It looks great. I love the way it looks. I mean, look at Ryu in this picture. I mean, he looks phenomenal. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at this like right now it's all about this collection, and I'm going to push for this collection. I'm going to support it because Darkstalkers need to come back. I want to at least see one more Darkstalkers game before it's all said and done. Updated with new stuff, not like the old, Saturn and CPS2 version of the game, where, those games are still good. I like them, but I would like to see another iteration of it. So I highly recommend, if you played Darkstalkers back in the day, you want to see like a current iteration of it, this is the thing to do. You should. I'm not really much the type of person that like to root for a company or whatever the case may be, because some companies don't do good fan service, like the Marvel Infinite situation that Capcom had. Street Fighter Cross Tekken, yeah, that was iffy. If you're an offline gamer, you had a blast with that, but that's another story for another day. Outside of that, I think Capcom has done a pretty good job of pulling themselves back from the brink of where they were. They really didn't have a choice as far as finances to get the Street Fighter 5 exclusive on PlayStation, because they didn't, they was looking for money for the most part. But I will say that now with the iterations of all the Resident Evils, Dead Risings, even with Street Fighter 5 to an extent, Devil May Cry, other Capcom games, they kind of pulled themselves back. And this is another way to let you guys know, hey, we're going to try to get another Darkstalkers game out there, but we need to know if there's a buzz for this. Because I believe this is one of the reasons why they did it. You don't do a 35 anniversary collection without pushing all these Darkstalkers games and say, hey, we're just doing it because, this 35th anniversary. No, this is a gauge to let you guys know, like, look, we want to do this, but we need two things. We need the support as far as you actually having fun playing these games online, which is a reason why all these games are available for online play, because they want to see the engagement of how many people are playing. But they also want to know if you're going to fund this. And if you're going to fund it, by buying it, then you can get the ball rolling and get at least a Darkstalkers game. As far as the Cyberbots and Red Earth, I'm not sure about that. Red Earth is just a game that put out there because it's never been released. Cyberbots is a little obscure. And Street Fighter, how can you go wrong with that? And Gem Fighter and Puzzle Fighter is basically games that, will keep people playing online. I promise you, especially Puzzle Fighter is going to keep people playing online. Now, as far as Street Fighter 6, like I said, we don't know much. We're going to wait till the summer. They said they're going to have more information about that. The 10 games that are set for the Capcom collection, fighting collection, it's going to be in stores June 24th. Like I said, once again, on PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC. I'm definitely going to be buying a physical copy of this, just like I did this one and all these other games I have. I still have my Street Fighter 5 right here next to my Madden. And I also have plenty other Street Fighter games. I got this anthology. I have the Capcom collection that came out on the Saturn. I have a lot of games that pertains to Street Fighter, even going back to the Super Nintendo days. So, big fan here. I just don't really talk about it much because, like I said, I talk more about sports and stuff for the most part. But I've been trying to get away from that. And I just thank you guys for supporting the slight transition. If you like this video, hit the like button, share this video, let people know what I'm doing over here. And I will definitely see you guys in the next one. I'll probably be doing another video about something else. I'm trying to do these things pretty much every day, either be here in the studio or in the car driving home from work. All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.